She doesn't run. She doesn't scream. She just disappears right in front of the predator's eyes. No hole, no shelter, no escape route, nothing. The hawk circles twice, utterly confused, then flies away empty-clawed. And this tiny creature, no bigger than your thumb, is already walking again like nothing happened. Nature built some creatures small, but it didn't make them helpless. It made them extraordinary. And what you just saw, that's not a trick of the camera. That's not a glitch. That is one of the most jaw-dropping survival mechanisms ever documented on this planet, performed by an animal most people walk right past without a second glance. Today on Wildly Curious, we're going deep into 5 tiny animals with survival powers so extreme, so precise, so absolutely wild, they make the lion look like an amateur. Stay with me, because number 2 on this list nearly broke the brains of an entire research team. Out in the Chihuahuan Desert, the ground is a furnace. Temperatures crack 110 degrees. Every creature here is either fast, venomous, or armored. And then there's her, the horned lizard. Spiky, palm-sized, looking more like a prehistoric relic than a living animal. She can't outrun a roadrunner. She can't outfight a coyote. But what she can do, no predator on Earth is prepared for. A coyote spots her, locks on, closes the distance in seconds, and then she squirts blood from her eyes directly into the predator's face. Not a drop, a jet, up to 5 feet. She does this by restricting blood flow from her head, building pressure in her ocular sinuses until the tiny vessels burst, deliberately. The blood contains chemicals specifically repulsive to canines and felines. The coyote recoils, shaking its head, and retreats. She walks away, unbothered. Scientists put one of these inside a vacuum. It survived. They froze one at minus 272 degrees Celsius. 1 degree above absolute zero, the coldest temperature possible in the universe. It survived. They fired one into the void of open space for 10 days, exposed to radiation that would kill every living thing on Earth. Came back alive. The tardigrade, also called the water bear, is 0.5 millimeter long. You cannot see it with the naked eye. And it has been on this planet for over 500 million years, surviving every single mass extinction event that ever happened, including the one that erased the dinosaurs. When conditions become lethal, it pulls its legs in, expels all water from its body, and enters a state called cryptobiosis, essentially switching off life itself. It becomes neither living nor dead, just waiting, for up to 30 years. This 2-inch shrimp just created a flash of light hotter than the surface of the sun, using only its claw, not metaphorically, measured, documented. 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The pistol shrimp snaps its claw so violently that it creates a cavitation bubble, a collapsing pocket of near vacuum that generates a shock wave, a sound louder than a gunshot, and a flash of plasma. The prey in front of it is stunned or killed without the shrimp ever touching it. It hunts with physics. These shrimp are so loud that during World War II, Allied submarines would hide in pistol shrimp colonies to mask their sonar signatures from enemy detection. The ocean floor was their cloaking device. In the forests of Alaska, winter doesn't just get cold, it gets lethal. And this tiny frog, barely 3 inches long, just stopped its own heart. On purpose. No heartbeat, no brain activity, no breathing. Ice crystals forming inside its organs, under its skin, between its cells. By any medical definition, it is dead. For up to 8 months, the wood frog exists in this state, a frozen, brittle disk of tissue buried beneath the snow, enduring temperatures as low as minus 16 Celsius. Its eyes are white. Its blood has stopped moving. And then spring arrives. Warmth. The ice retreats. And within hours, the heart restarts. Spontaneously, blood flows, eyes clear, and the frog hops away to find a mate. Like nothing happened. Like it didn't just die and resurrect itself for the 8th winter in a row. The secret? It floods its cells with glucose, a natural antifreeze, just before freezing, protecting the tissue from rupturing. It is essentially performing cryonics on itself. Every year, we save the most mind-bending for last. Most animals have one defense, maybe two. This one has an entire repertoire, and it chooses which to use based on who's threatening it. The mimic octopus, discovered off Indonesia in 1998, doesn't just change color. It reshapes its entire body to impersonate other species in real time. When threatened by damselfish, it spreads its arms and undulates them like the banded sea kite, the snake those fish fear most. When a different predator approaches, it rearranges itself into a lionfish, a flatfish, a jellyfish. It is not instinct. It is decision-making. Scientists believe the mimic octopus identifies the specific predator approaching it, and then selects the disguise that predator fears most. This is cognitive mimicry. This is an animal thinking its way out of death. All packed into a creature the size of your forearm, with no bones, no armor, and a brain the size of a walnut. 5 tiny animals. A blood-shooting lizard. An unkillable microscopic bear. A shrimp that fires plasma. A frog that dies every winter and chooses to come back. And an octopus that thinks its way out of being eaten. None of them are the biggest. None of them are the fastest. But every single one of them has mastered survival in ways that took evolution millions of years to engineer, and that we, with all our science, are still scrambling to fully understand. The wild doesn't reward size. It rewards ingenuity. And if these 5 taught us anything, it's that the most extraordinary creatures on Earth are probably the ones you've never thought to look at twice. The wild still holds secrets we are only beginning to understand. Stay curious.